Stock market corrections may seem like random occurrences, but the fact is, market corrections are bound to happen. But what if you could see the correction coming in advance? What if you could be prepared to short the market before it's too late? Don't get caught off guard. Become a philsgang.com member and get all the daily market information, investment strategies, and be prepared to make profits when the market is up or the market is down. You can do this for only $49.95 a month. Learn how to invest in the market, get daily coaching guidance on your investments, and take the first step of putting profits in your pocket. With philsgang.com, you just log on and get daily instructions on how to invest in the market. You don't have to worry about long-term contracts or hidden fees. Plus, all philsgang.com material is archived, so just log on and enjoy the ride to profits. philsgang.com. Go to philsgang.com or give them a call today at 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
Some girls wish to grow up and be a princess. Other girls wish to simply grow up. May and Bailey are friends battling kidney cancer at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We developed a treatment for their cancer that's helping kids like them across America.
You know what I wish for?
What's that, honey?
My hair back. And no more cancer.
Well, girls, St. Jude is working on that.
Donate now at stjude.org or shop wherever you see the St. Jude logo.
You should expect that your advisor is going to make outbound calls to you. Yes, we make outbound calls to all of our clients at least twice a year.
Twice a year? I hear my ex-wife call me more than that. Not twice a year? And she's not managing my money.
I hope more politicians are at least say what they're thinking.
Right.
I love when they were going like, yeah, you said all this sexist stuff about women. You said this about women. You said that about women. You said this. And he goes, no, I said that about Rosie O'Donnell. And then they laughed, and then they're like, no, you said it about other women too. And he goes, yeah, you're probably right. And then it was just over. That's all you got to do is just admit, that's what I do, you know.
That's all you got to do is tell the truth. And I wish they would do that when it comes to the stock market. I wish they would do that when it comes to the health of the economy. The problem we have, even with this recent crash, again, a correction for us, because we're making money as this market's going down, wouldn't it be nice if they told the truth? Tell the folks the truth. But our Congress are a bunch of cowards. They won't tell the people the truth about their economy. That's been fake. Now they're shocked. And all these people with 401ks, they're getting hurt once again. They should be making money as the market goes down, but 89 million people in 401ks are getting hammered again. It's ridiculous. They shouldn't be getting hammered. Welcome to Phil's Gang, coast to coast around the country off the Wall Street Radio Network. And we're going to talk about the market. Market's up 452 points, but these are called head fake rallies. We'll talk about these rallies. I told my gang members, and we're in position that when this market, if they're going to rally this market and they're going to try to do everything they can, believe me, they're going to throw the kitchen sink at this thing to try to get this market to rally so we can make money on the way back up. But we're not going to buy stocks until we have evidence that the institutions are back in buying Facebook, they're buying Starbucks, Disney, Nike, Twitter, Boeing. Those are the ones we're going to watch. And when they start turning green on our chart, that means that the institutions that control those companies, control the stock of those companies, are putting money back in. And until then, we're not going to buy these. Stop listening to these people on CNBC. He keep telling you, hey, now's the time to buy in a pullback. Do not do that. You will get hurt. Wait until you have evidence that the institutions that own Apple, that they're back in there and they're buying, and they're not buying today. When you see these stocks going back up off the lows of this recent crash, that's nothing more than the people who've been shorting, like us, taking profits. That moves the stock market up. You need evidence. And that's not enough evidence. And that's why, again, you should be a gang member, so that we can help you through this process so you'll be as profitable going back up as we were on the way down. Remember what I told you? We have 7 stocks. And we started with the S&P 500 back in May, where I told my gang to short the market. That I said this was going to happen. It was starting. And then again, July, I went on the radio and I told you and everybody else that was the day, the last week of July. I said that was the first day of this crash, to start selling short at 212, the S&P. And it worked. And how do we know? How do we know that was working? Because we could see the money coming out. Now we got to watch for the money going in. Okay, let's talk about what's going on here. This is amazing. You know, there's a big scare now. Everybody's talking about China dumping the treasuries. Like, wow, this is terrible. What are you, nuts? Okay, China is dumping our treasuries. They sold about 100 billion of the 1.1 trillion. That's all. 100 billion of the 1.1 trillion they own in U.S. treasuries that they hold. In fact, other countries, as well as our own Federal Reserve, they've been buying what they've been selling. So there's been no effect on our interest rates, because everyone's worried, wait, if they keep on dumping, then we're going to have to raise rates to get them to come back and buy. And that will destroy the economy. Well, you can't destroy the economy much worse than where it is right now, so I wouldn't worry about it. But it's not, the rumors that this all over the place now, they're dumping their treasuries. It's not hurting us. The other countries are picking up those treasuries. Our Federal Reserve is picking up those treasuries. In fact, this is not the first time this has happened. Them selling their treasuries. But we haven't got to worry about China. They're not going to stop buying our treasuries or dump the whole 1.1 trillion unless they got a death wish. What are you kidding? Look, we have a trade deficit with China, about 30 billion a month. we buy more from them than we sell to them. We buy a lot more from them than what we sell to them. We got to change that, and Trump says he will. So we're short about $30 billion. It's a deficit we're running. We're purchasing about $30 billion more in goods and services than they are from us, which is ridiculous. But China needs you and me. They need the U.S. consumer to buy their goods. We're their number one customer. But we don't have any money. We're broke. So China is smart. They loan us money so that we will purchase their goods. They do that by buying our treasuries. So they loan us money so we buy their cheap crap. So that it will enable us, to buy this stuff, buy their products. And by the way, we get our mortgages through them too. If we didn't have them, we wouldn't have 30-year fixed rate mortgages. But now we can put all this cheap crap on the shelves at Walmart and all these other places, all these discount stores. So do you really think China, whose prosperity and economic growth of 7%, they're building a thriving middle class, do you really think they're going to stop lending us money? They're going to stop buying our treasuries to buy their crap and put on our shelves to sell to the 65% of our population who make less than $28,000 a year? What are you, nuts? They'd be killing their own economy if they stopped buying our treasuries. Or let's put it this way. They'd be killing their economy if they stopped lending us money to buy their crap. Think about that. What a system we have. We send all our jobs over there. And we had $38 an hour jobs. Now we got $12 and $15 an hour jobs because all the good jobs are over there. So we're not making any money. So now we borrow money from them so we can buy their stuff. But now it's finally caught up because we have one of the worst economies ever because of the economic policies of this Fed, of this president, because of their policies, because we're not making money, because our people aren't making money because they're on all part-time jobs now. The Chinese are finding that we're not buying as much as we used to. And that's caused their economy to almost collapse. In fact, their stock market did collapse. And now they're blaming China, though. Now they're blaming China for the stock market crash we just had. No, it's our problem. We're the ones who decide to have all part-time jobs. We're the ones who decide to have Obamacare. We're deciding to put everybody on part-time work. Now we don't make enough money. We're not buying enough from China. And now China's in trouble. Their economy is going through the cellar. And we're blaming China here? What? I don't get this. And now everybody's saying, oh, gee, they're not going to loan us money anymore. Are you kidding? We'll be right back. This is all nuts.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Philsgang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Philsgang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 87 Stock Corner is brought to you by the Phil's Gang video channel. Go to philsgang.com, click on the video channel graphic, and check out Phil's free videos on the market, economy, and current events.
And welcome back to Phil's Gang. Now, Thursday, September 1st, write this down, September 1st, I've been invited by the Sarasota Patriots to be their special guest speaker. Tuesday, September 1st, I've been invited by the Sarasota Patriots to be a special guest speaker at their town hall meeting at 6 p.m. at the Sarasota Waldemar Fire Station. So check it out. It'll be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to it. And if it works out, we'll do that in other parts of the country too. My own town meetings. Okay. I mean, this is amazing today. But we have this stock market crash. Now, for us, it's not a crash. It's not. And I keep telling you that. Because, and once again, if you go to my site, philsgang.com, go to my homepage, it's free. And right there on the front page, there is a video. And it will identify for you how in July, this year, July, my chart went from green to red, the S&P, and it showed that the money was just, the institutions were pulling all their money out of the market like we've never seen before. So we went from green to red, and I told my gang, let's start shorting. Now remember, before that, I told my gang to start shorting in May. In May, I said, when the S&P was at 212. But go to my site, philsgang.com, and there's the video right there where I say it, and you can see it. And if you had the PT2 and if you were a gang member, you would have enjoyed this beautiful sell-off that they're all blaming China about, of course. It's all about China. Are you crazy? They just make up stories. This is all China's fault. So it's China's policies that's caused this crash. The worst economic recovery since the Great Depression, it's China. It's their policies. That out of the 11 recessions, past recessions since the Great Depression, this has been the only recession that hasn't recovered all the jobs that were lost. Oh, that's China's fault. That's China's fault. Here we are, 5.5 years, almost 6 years later, we still have not recovered all of the recession job losses. In April of 2015, there were an estimated 135 million Americans. 135 million Americans, these are workers that were employed. That was down by about 2.6 million from the peak, in 2008. Now remember, Reagan suffered a much worse recession in 1981. And that resulted from let's see, I'm trying to think of how many jobs, but he got all his jobs back, all the jobs that were lost. He got those back. He recovered them in 28 months, I believe. Are you kidding me? Now, how did he get after 28 months, he got all his jobs back? And here we are, almost 6 years, and we haven't. And he didn't use any quantitative easing. He didn't go and say to the Federal Reserve, I want you to drop your interest rates, the rate at which you loan your money to banks, from 5.25% down to 0.25%, so that we can jack this economy up, so everybody will go start buying stuff. He didn't do that. He created 1 million jobs. But he had no QE. None. He didn't use that. Nor did he say to his Fed guy, hey, look, to Greenspan, hey, give the companies Go give the companies $2 trillion. And because the economy's so bad and people aren't buying stuff, these companies, their stock prices aren't going up because they're not making any earnings, not making a profit. So here's what we do. Let's do some accounting tricks. Give them the $2 trillion. They buy their own stock back. They'd buy their own stock back. And then, of course, by doing that, their earnings, fake, go up, and then their stock prices go up. He didn't do that either. So what the hell's going on here? So Obama's recovery is still about what, 2% below where we were in the when the recession started. About 2.5 million jobs less. We have what? We have about $2.5 million less. 2.5 million less jobs. We have a total shortfall of 10 million jobs. Are you kidding? While Reagan created over 1 million jobs. This is nuts. And you want to know why this market crashed? This is crazy. So I read a piece today. This was really interesting about these 401ks, and that's why these 401ks are the worst things in the world. This gal by the name of Maggie McGrath, she writes for Forbes. And I read a piece today that said, and I couldn't believe it. She was bragging how she didn't lose any money in her 401k during this crash. And she says, nor did any of the 89,000 other 401k users. I call them suckers. Wait a minute. She's telling me that the 89 million 401k people has lost no money during this recent crash we just had. Man, boy, is this woman misguided. Is she crazy? You know what she said? She said they didn't lose any money. She didn't lose any money because they didn't get out of their stock. Can you imagine that mentality? When I get back, I'm going to tell you 6 of the biggest lies. 6 of the biggest lies. Hey, join my gang. It's only 49. And welcome back to Phil's Gang. We've got a lot to cover now. Okay, we're going to take a look at some stocks, but remember, go to my site, philsgang.com, and you can check out my chart, and it will show that my PT2 chart, the chart that told me to tell my gang members that this was going to happen and not only get out of the market before it was going to crash, but it gave us enough time where we could short the market. And our 7 stocks have gains of 10 to 17%, because to us, this is not a crash. Okay, not at all. I mean, this was an opportunity. This is a correction, because we know what we're doing. Crashes only happen to people who don't know what they're doing. We do. And with the proper charting, we could catch this. So go to my site, philsgang.com. You'll see I'm not just making it up. The chart's right there. It shows you exactly when it turned from green to red. Check it out. It's unbelievable. But I want to talk a little bit about these stocks. I want you, if you want to get back into Facebooks and Starbucks and Apple and Disney and Nike and Boeing that now deeply discounted, and you're afraid because you're afraid you're going to get in them and they're going to go right back down. Well, that's what will happen if you listen to these guys on CNBC. That's what will happen if you listen to your financial advisors.
What's a financial advisor?
That is a term that means almost nothing. It is somebody who might be a financial planner, or it could be a broker who is really a salesperson.
The vast majority of so-called advisors, around 85%, are not fiduciaries.
Our responsibility begins and ends with our partners and our shareholders, and that's it.
A fiduciary is a professional who, by law, is supposed to put your interests ahead of their own. Broker-dealers are not under that obligation.
That's right. See, the problem is with the system is they want you to stay in because they get paid on the amount of money that you have given them to invest. They get paid a percentage of the money you've given them. They're so bad. These advisors are so bad. The only way they can make a living is by taking a portion of the money they gave you to invest. Are you kidding me? If you ever told them they couldn't take a portion of the money you invest, they only could take a portion, okay, of the returns they made on the money that you gave them, they'd be starving. That's how bad money managers are, especially with 401ks. And when I read this article today, it highlighted it from Maggie McGrath. She's saying nobody lost any money in the 401ks because they didn't sell their stock. They held on to it. How stupid is that? Never heard anything so stupid in my life. This is crazy. You know, a paper loss. It's only a paper loss, they call it. One of my gang members reminded me of the biggest lies on Wall Street. And this was right after I read this stupid article. One of the biggest lies. Oh, it's only a paper loss as long as you don't sell. Just like her. As long as you don't sell, you're fine. Paper loss? So let me get this. So when stocks are going up, do you consider them just paper profits? No, I never heard anybody say, hey, look at my paper profits, man. Look at my paper profits at Apple as it go up. Oh, look at that. They don't call them paper profits on the way up, do they? Does your advisor call them paper profits? Oh, no, but when you call him and you're scared and the market's crashing, going down 1,300 points in one day, they say, oh, that's a paper loss. That's a paper loss. How many people got caught in that? Or the cost averaging down? That's even worse. Cost average down? Hey, I sold you a stock at $100. Hey, now it's $50. Buy some more of it. Hey, buy it at $20. Look at this. It's really good. And people do. And they really think that the guy's doing a favor. The guy would call his wife and say, hey, George sold me, this stock we bought at $100? Well, now it's down to $10. And we bought some more of it. Isn't he a good? Hey, let me bring him home for dinner. I want to stay on his side. I can't believe this. The stock we bought for $80 is now $10. We got more of it. Oh, God, we're so excited. What are you, nuts? I love the other one. It's a buying opportunity. I love that lie. Oh, this is a buying opportunity. Market crash, 1,300 points. Buying opportunity. Oh, let me get that. Let's see. It's a buying opportunity. So that means the stock market, the stock went up. I forgot to get in. I didn't get in, so the stock went from $10 to $110. Oh, so now the market's going to pause. because it's such a nice place to be. They're going to let the market come all the way back down so I can get in again because I was left behind. That's a buying opportunity. I see. It's going to pause. It's going to drop the price right back to where it was at $10. Oh, isn't that nice? And now I'm going to get it. It's just going to go right back up again, right? Yeah, that's what these guys tell you. That's why they call you. That's why they tell you cost average down. That's what they're telling you. Oh, you didn't get it at 10. Buy some more. Buy some more at $5. The other lie. Stocks always come back. After all, they're good companies. What? They're good. There's no such thing as a good company. No such thing as good company. Bush took care, or Clinton took care of that. When he turned around, he made a deal that he tied all the CEOs to stock prices rather than performance, to the stock price. It was a tax deal they made for the company too. It was a great deal for the company. They could write off all their all the bonuses, all the options. There's no such thing as a good company. The company is only good when you identify the institutions that control that stock, whether it's Vanguard or BlackRock or J.P. Morgan or Cox or whoever it is, Northern Trust. When they're putting money back in, and that's what you're going to learn from me. That's why I want you to go to my site tonight. I want you to sign up. It's $49.95. So that this next time you'll never get caught like this again. So think about it. There's no such thing as a good company. The accounting fraud, the accounting tricks in these companies to buy their own shares, to dupe you, to think the earnings are going up, so the stock price goes up when the company's sales aren't going up. So let me get this straight. So I see, so they made $1 million last year, and the stock was at $20, but this year they made $1 million, but now the stock is going to go to $60. Well, wait a minute. They made $1 million last year. It was at 20. How could it be at 60 when they made the same $1 million? Oh, don't worry about the details. Don't worry. It's a good company. There's no such thing as a good company. And I love this lie. Oh, you can trust me. I'm your investment advisor. I really know what I'm doing. You got nothing to worry about. Really? Investment advisors? Are you crazy? Your investment advisor is not your buddy. He's not your friend. When you take him golfing, are you nuts? He is there to take money out of your pockets, and if you have a good-looking wife, he'll take the wife too. Are you kidding me, these guys?
Wow!
These guys are just terrible people. They're worse than used car salesmen. You know these money managers in your 401k, they're so bad, they never could make a profit. They could never take your money, invest it, and make a return and get paid. That's how pension managers do. See, pension managers are real pro. Pensions, you give him $100,000, he only gets paid on the money. When he invests it, he only gets paid on what he makes on the money. Now, that's right. That's right. Your investment advisor knows what he's doing. Not unless he's a pension manager. Unbelievable. And I love this one here. You're going to be fine. All these professional investors who come on CNBC and say the market will come back because the economy is strong, because stocks are cheap, because we have strong auto sales, we have strong labor. You're going to be just fine. How much did you hear that in the last few days? Every time you turned on CNBC, they say, oh, you're going to be fine. The market's going to come right back. We're going to buy some more stock right now because it's going to come back because the economy is strong. Because look at the auto sales, look at the car sales, look at the house sales, look at the labor market. Things are so wonderful. Are you nuts? This is crazy. Oh, and I love the other lie. They can't let the market crash because they got to get Hillary into the White House. Nobody's bigger than market. Hey, join my gang. So you're going to be okay if you do. And it's only $49.95. I'll be right back.
Want more information on this show? Go to philsgang.com or give them a call at 877-600-GANG.
You should expect that your advisor is going to make outbound calls to you. Yes, we make outbound calls to all of our clients at least twice a year.
Twice a year? I hear my ex-wife call me more than that. You nuts? Twice a year? And she's not managing my money. Are you nuts? Twice a year? You're sitting there and the stock market's going down 1,300 points on an open, and you're hoping he calls you? No, that doesn't happen at Phil's Gang. At philsgang.com, we have technology so that we're in charge of our stocks. We're in control. We don't call these crashes. We call these corrections. Look, join the gang, Phil's Gang. Be part of our gang. Be part of a correction, not a crash, using our technology. Join my gang, philsgang.com. It's only $49.95. That's philsgang.com, $49.95. See you on the charts.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG, 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, everybody's been panicked about the crash. You've been told by CNBC it wasn't going to be a crash. The stocks were cheap. I've been telling you just the opposite. I've been telling you that going all the way back to June 2014. And then again, 2015, both May and July, and I said to start shorting. And if you were a gang member, you'd be pretty happy right now. Join my gang. Learn how to short.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. At philsgang.com, we promote core technicals and chart analysis that enables each Phil's Gang member to be the best investor they can be. At philsgang.com, stock investing is defined in detail by the Phil's Gang standards. Working together, we achieve our goals and ultimately provide a truly unique profit-taking experience for our members. This is what philsgang.com does, and no one does it better than the off-the-Wall Street maverick, Phil Grande. For over 15 years, Phil coaches and teaches that stock investing diversity goes beyond fundamentals and stories. We believe that amazing things happen when people invest in themselves by following Phil's format and recommendations. At philsgang.com, we believe in the desire to embrace, build, and deliver on our core values and promises. And for over 15 years, Phil Grande has delivered on that promise. For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. That's 877-600-4264.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. Remember, on May 29th and July 28th, I said to short the market. The market was going to experience a correction. How did I know? My PT2. Check it out. This is not a crash for us. We're experiencing a correction because we are now making money on our stocks because we're shorting it. Using our PT2 identified for us when they were pulling their money out, both in May and July, and we were right there to pull our money out too. Join my gang, philsgang.com.
Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG.
Hi, I'm Phil Grande of Phil's Gang. You know, on May 29th, I warned that a stock market crash was coming. I also warned in July. Both times, I was watching my technology, my PT2 chart, and it turned from green to red. Both in May and July, we had substantial warnings. We saw the industrials fall. We saw that the market, the Chinese market was falling, was getting worse. Oil was falling. Copper was falling. Everything was falling. But again, CNBC was telling you, hey, things are cheap, diversify, everything's wonderful. But my chart was giving me something different. And on both those occasions, both in May and July, I told my gang, let's short the stock market now because my PT2 chart indicated a sell-off was coming in. And we did. And we had a wonderful ride all the way down. Join my gang, Phil's Gang.
For more information, go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. 877-600-4264. Welcome back to the Phil's Gang Radio Show. Want to know more about Phil's Gang? Go to philsgang.com or give us a call at 877-600-GANG. Now, here's Phil.
From my perspective, at this moment, the decision to begin the normalization process at the September FOMC meeting seems less compelling to me than it was a few weeks ago. But normalization could become more compelling by the time of the meeting as we get additional information on how the U.S. economy is performing.
I can tell you the economy is performing. It's China's fault. It's all China's fault. Gee, they may not do a rate hike.
This is not, what we're seeing is not a U.S. problem. I mean, this is not something that's starting on, this is very different than the financial crisis. The financial crisis was very much about us. subprime mortgage lending, securities, collateral, securitization of securities that turned out to be highly toxic. That was about us. This isn't about us. This is about developments abroad. And I think what we have to assess is
no, this is about us. Just as bad as it's a continuation of the subprime mortgages. We've never stopped. We've never recovered. It's been fake. We've been propped up. Ever since the subprime mortgage, they've been telling us we've had a recovery. This is not a recovery when the stock market's going up. It's not a recovery. It's being propped up. That's a bubble. We never had any growth. There's no growth. 6 years in a row, 2%, 2%, 2%. That's not growth. When you got China, it's 7%. That's not growth. That's not what's going on. Not about us. Not about us. Who's it about? China? It's all about us. It's all about our lousy economic policies. To be fair. We got to be fair to everybody. Let's not worry about jobs. Let's worry about nationalizing health care. Let's put everybody on part-time work. That's what it's about. Yeah, that's what it's about. It's not us. No, it's China. Did China put all our people on part-time work? Did China put the policy that said to the companies, look, we know how to get your costs down on insurance. Just take all your people, take 28 million people that have full-time jobs and put them part-time jobs. Make their hours just below 30 hours and you haven't got to give them health insurance. Boom, 28 million people part-time. Oh, that's China's fault. I got it. Our policies are so bad. They suck so bad. Look, did you know that Jimmy Carter produced 4 times as much economic growth during his one term than Obama did during his entire first term? How would you like to be Obama and go to bed with that on your mind? In fact, real GDP growth under Obama has been the worst of any president in the last 60 years. And you want to know why the market has finally collapsed? Because it's been built on sand. This entire stock market rally has been on lies and built on lies after lies after lies. That's been the cornerstone of this administration. The only way you can take a stock market and grow it, and it will hold, if you're going to have a 160% rally, the only way you can sustain that rally and hold that rally, if underneath that rally you have good full-time jobs. Full-time jobs, construction jobs, manufacturing jobs, not part-time jobs as a waitress, a lap dancer, bartender, cutting lawns. What are you, nuts? You have taken the very core of this country. You have taken the carpenter, the air conditioning guy. You've taken the plumber. You're taking the truck driver, the real America. Americanism, we call it. And you screwed them over. Just so the 1 percentile, the elitists, could pick up over $6 trillion in the stock market, while the 99 percentile lost $6 trillion. This is all about the 1 percentile. This wasn't about the country. This was never about the country. How could it be about the country when the Federal Reserve tells the banks we're going to give you money at 0 interest? But don't you dare loan to small businesses. Don't you dare loan to entrepreneurs. And don't you dare bail out the people who are underwater on their homes. You go out and buy commodities. You go out and buy steel and buy oil, all the things that China's going to need in the next 6 years. Go buy it. And you're going to make a fortune, get your balance sheet up. You're going to make a fortune, and we can prop the stock market up. And we'll prop it up with another $3 trillion. And we'll prop the company's balance sheets up with another $2 trillion. All fake. All fake. Look, but does it matter to us? If you're a gang member, it's great, because we're going to make as much money on the way up in a fake market as we're going to make on the way down. Right now, here's what's going on. This is interesting. Starbucks. Let's take Facebook. Facebook right now has gone from $82 to $87, almost $88. 82 to 88. 7%. Starbucks has gone from $50 to $54. Apple's gone from 102 to 107. And Disney has gone from $95 to $100. But you want to know something? Those aren't new buyers. Those are the same people who shorted the market just pulling their money back. And they're taking their money, and that gives them a profit. The people who shorted it are now taking their profits and moving the stock up. And people are jumping in left and right because these guys on CNBC are saying, get into Starbucks right now. Before it gets higher. Look, Starbucks is down to $82. It's now $88. You got to get in. But the poor souls don't realize that's called a snapback. Until that V shape, it looks like a V. The market came straight down one line, then the next line goes, that's called a V. More people lose money in these kind of rallies instead of waiting for proof that the institutions that control Facebook, that own most of Facebook, until we know that they control, that they're bringing in enough new money to drive pricing power, you don't dare get into those stocks. You're being sold a bill of goods right now when they're telling you get in. My gang members aren't into these stocks, not yet. We'll get into Facebook once we see our pattern that tells us the institutions have put enough money in that the move is sustainable. And where do you get that pattern? On our chart, the PT2 chart. We're not going to buy Apple. Look at Apple. People are excited today. Apple has gone from $102 to $110. Wow. People are going crazy today, celebrating, going out to dinner tonight. Look at this. I got it. Look at this 8% move. I just caught it. You caught nothing. You've been better off catching a cold. You don't buy any stock until the rally that you see going up can be sustained. When you take a stock and you short it and you make from $128, you short the stock from $128 down to $103. Now you got to take your profits. And that's why the stock goes back up. It's the same exact people who shorted from 128 when it dropped down to 103. They made a wonderful profit, but now they got to buy the stock. So they made a 19% profit like we did. But now, to get that 19%, you got to buy the stock. And it moves the stock up. And people don't realize that. But CNBC will get on there and say, hey, buy the stock. So join the gang. I will get you into Apple. I'll get you into Starbucks. I'll get you into Facebook. My chart will get you in at the right time. And you'll be okay. Because when you get in, there's going to be enough firepower. There's going to be enough money coming in. There's going to be enough money so you got pricing power. Don't listen to these guys. Your 401k, the 89 million people. Did you know that Boeing right now is being sued? You know why? Because Boeing screwed all their employees these massive fees. People at Boeing didn't even know it. And when you hear from people that sell you these 401ks and you've been told, invest, boy, if you invest, let me give you an example of a 401k. If you invest $10,000 a year for 30 years, compounded to 7% annually, you will make $945,000 retirement. Sign up. Where can I sign up? My God, you tell me I just got to put $10,000 a year for 30 years? And 7% annually is what I'm going to get. I'm going to have almost $1 million. Wow, let me sign up. That will never happen. Not on your best day of your life. Why? It can't happen. Because why? Because what do they charge you? The guy that runs that 401k for Boeing, the guy that runs the 401k for your company, he's a scoundrel. He knows nothing. He gets paid not on the investment going up. He gets paid on how much you're putting in there. Are you kidding me? But you're going to have to pay a 62% fee the day you retire. Are you kidding? 62% goes to these gangsters. But not if you're with me. Join my gang. Go to my site right now, philsgang.com. See you on the charts.
You have been listening to Phil's Gang with your host, Phil Grande, on the Off the Wall Street Radio Network. Remember to visit Phil's website at philsgang.com. That's philsgang.com. Or call the office, 877-600-4264. That's 877-600-4264.
It's up to